This is Patriot Sports Radio.
Patriot Sports Radio.
Fed up with the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media. If it's sports from the high school level to the pros, we're talking about it like the red-blooded Americans we are.
God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Let's do this. Here's Eric, John, Chris, and the coach.
Wake and Rake, dude. The host has unmuted my mic, so you guys are stuck listening to me now. Good morning. It's Sunday morning. We're awake. It's time to talk football. The only way to beat your friends and family and these giant websites, conglomerates, is to put in the time others won't. That's why we're here. That's why you're here. That's why we bring guests. That's why we get up. That's why we set the alarm. It's downright picturesque morning here in the good land. We got Chris over here running the show in all his Packers gear. I feel like maybe that helps us out a little bit today. Angela, how are you doing?
Good. Good morning, boys. It's nice to see you this morning. Looking forward to a fun day filled with football. It's the best day, except for World Series baseball days, but we're happy. It's all good. Like, I'm in my glory. It's like it's sports heaven right now, right?
It
Football,
is
baseball, hockey started.
October, November is a nice little slice of
good.
sports. It really is. Heavy Steps is here. Heather is here. We got people
Morning,
who are
everyone.
like, we got people who are here waiting for us. That's pretty cool. This is exactly what I was trying to cultivate here.
Say what up to Huss,
Here.
my 420 fantasy hustler. Go check him out. What up, homie?
What's he doing awake already? I was going to jump on his live stream last night because I wanted to talk about defensive players, and that guy's an IDP, individual defensive player, they call that in fantasy football, and he knows all about that. I want to start betting on guys to get sacks, and I feel like he's going to help me build a predictive model.
Heavy Step says he's gonna kick it off with a prop for this early game. Murray over 8.5 rush attempts.
I like that.
I like that one.
He just ran for 100 in Seattle. Yeah. I bet that's Kamish. Why is he up so early? Because this is the greatest show in all the land. That's probably why. And
he was on at 7:00.
Oh yeah, that's right. He gets up. I remember when he said that. I was like, son of a bitch, we're not the only ones.
The earlier bird gets the
He is, because that is he's rebuilding the Miami brand to America's team. So he's got to get up before the Cowboys fans to really get that America's team in there.
You got to get in there.
Oh, no, we're wrong. It's Roop.
Make
what
make
up?
all those waiver
Sorry.
claims.
I thought it was the commission. It's Roop.
Oh.
Roop's having a day because Oklahoma won yesterday. Oklahoma State just got fucking annihilated by Kansas State. It was gross.
K-State. I should have been on K-State.
It was a Scud missile coming in. Blew that fucking team
Didn't
up.
they go in there and beat them a couple, or was that Oklahoma that K-State just beat?
K-State beat them both, I believe.
Oh,
both these state schools.
Okay. K-State. Yikes.
Yeah,
So
they got a running game, a little Darren Sproles type guy over there again, a quarterback again, and then now a defense. Oops.
Those little Darren Sproles types guys, those will get you in college.
Yeah, those little scat backs. Then they're kind of gimmicky in the NFL, and they work for about eight weeks.
Yeah.
And then they're a McKissick.
Usually they become Tavon Austin. If you're lucky, you sign a $48 million contract like he did. And then you just kind of return a couple kicks. What do we got? I guess we've been on for a few minutes. I figure the way to go is to bullshit for a few minutes. Let the people start to come into the the square, maybe. I got a whole bunch of injuries. I thought the injury segment was going to be 10 minutes. Maybe it will. I don't know. But Ryan Tannehill not going to play today. Malik Willis making his NFL debut. That'll be interesting. I didn't watch Malik Willis play. He's from Liberty, right? I read that he had a 61% snap share at Liberty. So we'll see. He looked interesting in the preseason, though. He made some great runs in the preseason. So it was some exciting stuff. I wonder, should we pick him up? I don't know if that's a pick up and play guy. I think it's let's see what we get from Malik Willis. Russell Wilson is back, if you haven't heard. He's playing football right now. I don't know if you heard about his training regimen, but he works out at altitude.
Right.
And it would have been different if a teammate would have come up to a reporter and said, "Hey, this fucking guy, you're not going to believe this," the whole time. But no, it was Russell Wilson. Like, "Hey, guess what? Guess what I did? Like Stuart, look what I can do."
Super nerdy, super nerdy. And I was like, I listened to the Joe Rogan podcast when he was talking to Aaron Rodgers, talking about how you work out at altitude, right? And you recover at sea level. But I was like, I think we're taking this a little too literally. And plus, the cabin is pressurized. So does that count?
Yeah, that's no, probably not. Because you're not getting the thin air that it would require to,
right.
So
I don't know. Is it enduring or is it super, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't annoying. It's douchey.
Wolf said he likes the Broncos today. So they're not even listing
I'm trying to find it.
I see a Davis Mills interception. I don't see a Malik Willis interception.
I'm looking heavy right now. They haven't posted one. They're not putting it up there.
They're not posting his rushing yards either. Well, that's just cowardice. Now you're
bullshit.
Just afraid of us.
Yeah, let us try to at least scud your books a little bit.
Like yesterday, they were taking so much action on the Derrick Henry overs. It went from like 82.5. It was up to like 103, and then they just took it down. Like, you guys need to stop. As soon as it came out, 151 rushing yards, which he's gone over that by 50 or 60 the last 3 times he's played the Texans. 151 rushing yards was plus 400. Like, somebody's getting fired next week because we're about to destroy this website. Or is this the thing that everybody talked about, so now it can't happen? 420 Hustler says, got to be desperate to play Willis in fantasy this week. High rushing upside, but he can just throw for maybe 150. Yeah. You're looking at a mobile runaround guy. Is that similar to what Sam Ellinger could do today? Is he a similar kind? Well, he throw a little more.
I haven't watched Malik. I have no idea. I don't know. I drafted him in our supplemental draft in our dynasty league, and he is on my what do you call that little
taxi squad?
Yeah, my taxi squad down there. I'm not pulling them off for this game, and I have my 2 starters are Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson, and I'm still not pulling them off.
Wow. Oh, that says all you need to know right there. Deebo Samuel not going to play. Hamstring. Juszczyk also out. Dislocated his finger last week. It basically came off. It was disgusting. So I'm not surprised he's not playing. He can't use one of his hands.
Hey, Huss, I'm going to need Ellinger to run all over the field. I got some prop bets going. I got, I think, a 5 or 6 team parlay for I bet 25 to win 2,500. I need him to get like 30.
Yeah. Last night, Chris was like, show me around this props section of the website. And I said, okay, here's what you do. Here's where we find this and that. And then we ended up building a prop bet parlay. It started out as a couple, just 2-3 legs, but it ended up as 100-1 bet of Kenneth Walker, 98 yards, Chris Olave, 88 receiving yards, Sam Ellinger, 40 rushing yards. These all seem very feasible. McCaffrey with no Deebo Samuel, 56 receiving yards, very doable. Zach Ertz, 49 or more receiving yards. Every good matchup, he's gone over 70. We looked at it last night. We did the research. And then Justin Jefferson, 110 yards, which there's no pass defense over there in Arizona. So I can't wait to
let's go. Yes. Hey, this right here, this is gonna pay off all my horrible baseball bets.
Yeah,
my bookie doesn't come cut my fucking fingers off.
When this $5 turns into $505, this will be a fun little podcast.
You're not worried about paying for college. You're worrying about losing your digits. I love it.
So that goes without saying. Matt Ryan done for the season. He looked disappointed. I saw the video of him. He was being asked about it by reporters, and he's like, yeah, it's disappointing as a professional and as a man. He's basically just, coping with the fact that he's been benched possibly forever now. And there's just a very spirited game of ping pong going on behind him. It's a very interesting juxtaposition of this depressed old man and the kids behind him just not giving a fuck. Like, I don't know. I got my job, dude. I'm putting up 100 yards this week.
Hey, I know this. Heather, if you're listening, will you want to post in your fantasy question about your quarterback? I think she's got a quarterback dilemma she's got going on.
She's got Herbert on bye this week, so she's going to have to play Mahomes. Right?
Mahomes is on bye too, right? Their bye weeks are
they're
together.
both on bye?
Yeah. She's in a bye.
Oh, Heather. Oh, no. Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Well, Heather,
I would
like to know what you're
got to
making for
figure out the
breakfast.
waiver wire.
Yep. Yeah, what's she making for breakfast?
What's Heather making for breakfast? That's what I
need to know. Yeah. I put a little
before I get off of here.
I made Natalie some French toast yesterday. I put just a little tiny bit of nutmeg in there at the suggestion of some of Heather's recipes, and it was good. It was good.
Yeah,
I got a 10 out of 10 rating on those.
Too. Yeah.
DeAndre Swift, this is bad news for our fantasy league in the trenches. DeAndre Swift off the injury report after the bye, so he's good to go. We should be worried about Jamal Williams' usage. Yeah, Heather has running back questions. She's got a tight end situation.
Heather, do you want me to shoot you a link and you just come in and let's just build this team?
Ooh,
because it might be easier than doing this on the chat.
She's in full bye week purgatory. She's got a lot of players out. She's got some injuries. She got Njoku, who's got a high ankle. He's not going to be able to play, but you can't drop him. So she's going to need – I told her to pick up Irv Smith. I don't know. That's what I did because I'm not playing Kyle Pitts. I'm not going to get into that. But there's not a lot of great tight ends out there on the wire. Maybe Hayden Hurst, the Bengals tight end. I'm not sure if – or Harrison Bryant. I get those two mixed up. You know, those long-haired white guys, they all look the same. Harrison Bryant might get a ton of targets, but that's Monday night. You really don't want to wait till Monday night to figure out your tight end. Marshawn Lattimore. Heather says she'll come in. Well, come on in. That's what this place is. That's what this is. It's like a tailgate. You just come and hang out. Gesicki might be available. Great matchup. Yes, great call, Fantasy Hustler. I have Gesicki in the props article. I think he goes over his yardage and scores a touchdown today. 26th ranked red zone defense he's facing today. That's got Gesicki written all over it. Rumor has it the Packers might trade for Mike Gesicki. I don't know. I feel like that would be throwing one little lifeboat on the Titanic.
Let's go get a fucking tight end for all the positions that we could be trading for. Let's go get a fucking tight end.
Yeah, I mean,
God bless.
It would be cool to have, but I don't understand. We're putting a stereo system in a busted up 98 Civic.
Go get Claypool and a left tackle that's available. A left tackle that's available to block.
Yeah. $92 million. Imagine giving your left tackle $92 million and then being like, who's going to play left tackle every day after that?
Jesus Christ, I can't. Who is Mike Murphy accountable to? Some fucking board of directors that's made up.
Yeah, we need an owner. We need an owner out here.
We gotta have an owner. Every fucking dude with a fucking mustard stain and a cheese hat fucking owns the Packers. Nobody can make a decision.
Hot take: the Packers need a billionaire oil baron owner.
Your nuts are on the chopping block every day, so you have to perform to the fullest. You could get.
That's exactly right, Huss.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, it would be a very Packers move. Absolutely. Chuba Hubbard out already with an ankle, so I guess it's just Deonta Foreman and some kid named Rashid Blackshear. See, this is why you hammer running backs in the beginning of your fantasy drafts, or you end up fighting people on the waiver wire for Rashid Blackshear, who might get 5 to 10 touches. Who knows? Darrell Henderson back from illness. It's just him and Malcolm Brown for now. Until Kyron Williams comes off injured reserve, which should be soon, it may be time to trade old Darrell Henderson in your fantasy league. They like this Kyron Williams kid. And Malcolm Brown, I don't know. McVay just has a thing for him. The kid gets way more playing time than he should. Zeke Elliott, probably out with a hyperextended knee. I don't think he's going to play. I don't know if it's official, but even if he does play, you can't start him. Everybody's excited about Tony Pollard. I don't know. That seems like it's too easy, the Pollard props, but I put him in the sleeper lineup. Henderson is very inconsistent. Heavy steps is right. He's you put him in on the goal line, he'll probably, if you need 3 yards, Henderson will get you 3 yards. If you need 5 yards, Henderson will get you 3 yards. So Jamar Chase out 4 to 6 weeks, hairline fracture at his hip. Boy, that'll missile your fantasy team. Yikes. T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd should be busy now. Burrow has only run 21 pass plays this season without Chase on the field. So this will be an adjustment for him. for sure. Yeah, the Bears' run defense, not great. Not great. I think, what did the Patriots do to him last week? I know Stevenson had himself a game, even though they lost. DK Metcalf, allegedly a game-time decision per Pete Carroll, but actually the last I read was he's going to play, which is insane. He's got a patella injury that he was carted off with last week. All the nerds, anybody who's, relatively a doctor said it looks like multiple weeks. And then Pete Carroll came out and said, no, game time decision. Okay. Tyler Lockett also with a hamstring. He says he's a game time decision too. We'll see. Might be just a Kenneth Walker day out there in Seattle.
The Bears do give up the booty to running backs. Yeah. That's 420 Hustler. Hustle's saying. Yeah. Check his show out, right? He's going to come on here in a little bit.
Dude.
420 Hustler. 420 Fantasy Hustler on YouTube.
One of the hardest working guys in the industry. Yeah, I agree with Heavy Steps. No way Metcalf can play.
He's
no
playing.
Fucking way.
Schiffler said DK is playing. I bet he's a decoy. Yeah, that's probably right.
Decoy Metcalf?
Right.
Yeah. That's a great decoy. That's a big decoy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because you can't really leave him uncovered, because if you do, he'll just catch a ball and fall down Mike Evans style. So you can't just not cover him. Corey Davis out with a knee injury. I'm interested to see what old Zach Wilson does today against the Patriots. His pass attempts are 27.5, 28.5 or something. I took the under on that because he's been throwing it like 15 times lately. And yeah, Breece Hall is gone now, but does that mean he's going to throw it 30 times against the Belichick defense? Maybe. Probably not. Jahan Dotson out with a hamstring too. I believe Curtis Samuel was questionable also. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing down there with the football skins or the football.
The Commanders.
Yeah, the Commandos. Alan Lazard not going to play tonight. He has an owie shoulder. He says we don't need wide receiver help. He says we're good.
Who does?
Alan Lazard.
For fuck's sake.
We're living in a fantasy land.
Hey, Reagan, do you need your lima beans? No, Dad. Oh, okay. Then I guess don't eat them. The fuck are we listening to the fucking kids for? Like, we're trying to build a championship team here. We got to make some decisions.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my mom would buy the frozen vegetables, and she'd pour them out on the pizza tray, and my job would be to sit there and pick out all the lima beans. And I don't know, maybe they're bad. I never really ate them when I was a kid because we picked them all out. I don't know, maybe that one, like the mixed bag, was a little bit cheaper than just the peas and carrots or whatever. I don't know. You get
corn too. I love the mixed bag. Yeah. The mixed bags of vegetables. That was my deal.
Yeah.
So were you a lima bean guy? No.
Lazard wants to keep his job security. That's exactly right. Yep. No, we don't need a receiver here. Yeah. We're good.
Yeah. That's all it is.
We just need a contract on me.
That's all it is. Oh, yeah. Mike Gesicki? Go get Mike Gesicki. Yeah. Fuck Bob Tonyan. I need to keep my job. Chris Boswell out. Steelers kicker. So,
Heavy Step says, I don't think I could name one Packer wide receiver that's healthy. That's exactly right. No skill players.
I saw a tweet yesterday that said, give me one Packer who's playing well. And it's like, other than Aaron Jones when he gets the ball.
But you got to hand him the ball.
Yeah.
You can't check out. Can, every even play. Can. I'm like, we're switching it up again.
Yeah. Even that has a disclaimer. Like Aaron Jones, if you give him the ball, Heather!
Hi,
Did you see Heather's glamour shot that she posted on Twitter yesterday?
I did.
She looks stunning.
Hey. Let's not talk about that. I was feeling not very pretty yesterday, so I had to go get that serotonin.
Well,
dump.
You fixed that.
I love you guys. Okay.
I love you too. What do you got going on?
Do what?
What do you got going on there with the fantasy team?
It's fucked, man. Who? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that you guys are. I'm sorry.
You can say it's
really.
Fucked,
it's okay.
Okay.
Did you show your tutor? What happened here?
No, I said a bad word.
Oh, a bad one? No. On Patriot Sports Radio, did you say fuck or shit? What did you say?
Yeah, I said my fantasy team's fucked.
Did you say? Okay.
Okay.
We can live with my fantasy team's fucked.
Yep.
We can't live with
Don't.
No,
Yeah.
let's not
No.
even. Let's not even give examples.
We don't need to.
man.
Yeah, we won't cut this thing off at the leg just yet. We're gonna go out. Let's make it good.
The fact that the obvious thing is the Bills thing is Bulls destroy. Wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay covered. The fact that the obvious thing is Bills just what is that?
Yeah, he thinks because it's so obvious that the Bills will destroy the Packers, he wouldn't be surprised if it was the opposite.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Man, Packers were so smart to draft
look
Jordan
it.
Love and AJ Dillon.
Poking you in the eye. Oh,
This is a very sore subject around
T.
here.
Higgins could have had T. Higgins.
Yeah.
That was fighting words.
But okay, what's your starting lineup look like right now, Heather?
Okay, so here's who I have right now. Obviously, both of my fucking quarterbacks have bye weeks. Like, what are the chances of that you would have both of them and they both have a bye the same week?
So when you're drafting, Heather, that little number that's like 7, 8, 11, those are bye weeks. So you got to watch that when you're drafting two double players, right? So if you want two quarterbacks, you don't want them both to say 9 or 8.
I should have been friends with Patriot Sports prior to me making my draft.
Yeah.
It's great. Okay. Fun facts, information for all you people. Okay. That already know all of this shit. Okay. So I've got Kamara and Williams as my running backs right now. But on my
Jamal
running backs, I also have Singletary, Gordon, and McKissick. And I feel like maybe I should play Singletary instead of Williams in that position.
I think probably also as well too. Yes. It's going to be they're going to score a lot of points.
Yeah, I think that because it's Buffalo, I think that Singletary is going to get more touches than Williams will.
Yeah.
What, buddy?
Listen
With
to
Swift
her.
being in.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
I know there's a split with Singletary in games where they are competitive.
Say those running backs again when you come back, Heather. I need to hear them one more time.
So starting right now, I have Williams, but on my bench, I have Singletary, Gordon, and McKissick.
Here is
I'm playing. I guess you're gonna play Singletary.
Singletary is facing Green Bay, who is the 25th run defense against 25th against running backs, and that's schedule adjusted, which means they've looked at the teams that every defense has played and adjusted, defensive adjusted points per whatever. So this is averaged out to it's definitively the 25th run defense. So it's a great matchup. 22 opportunities last time we saw him in week 6. He's seen 5+ targets in 3 of his last 4 games. However, in games, the Bills won by 21 or more. He's played 59, 54, and 54% of snaps. In games decided by 1 score, he's played 73, 88, and 86. So he gets more action in games that are close. But I think even if he just gets some work, I think it'll be more.
He had 17 touches last week.
It'll be more significant than what
he had more touches than Aaron Jones.
Yeah. And that wasn't a highly competitive game, was it?
No.
Okay, yeah.
That's brought to you by Heavy Steps over at GameOnLocals.com.
Yeah, what was the score last week? I mean, So I don't think that split is much to worry about.
No, I think Singletary's the guy to go with. So let's talk about quarterbacks, Heather. What do you got going on?
Who's available?
Okay.
Who's available on the wire of waivers?
Let me save the Singletary change real fast. So quarterbacks that are available, I've got Jones, Dalton, Cousins.
Oh, Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Dan Jones might
I think
be the
we
guy.
should probably
snap him up.
I like Justin Jefferson to have a pretty big day.
Yeah.
That means Kirk Cousins has to give him the ball.
Cousins at home against a bad pass defense. That's the safer.
What time is the game? Is it at 7:20?
No, it's a noon game.
Fucking put him in.
Yep.
Oh, look at Heavy Steps coming through saying take Danny Dimes.
Yeah, Dan Jones going to give you some rush yards. He's playing Seattle, but it's going to be rainy and shitty out there. So how much?
I think Eric's initial was Danny Dimes. Like I saw his face start to move when you said Danny Dimes.
But this is exactly the kind of spot where you would love to stream Kirk Cousins.
I would Kirk Cousins would probably just be on my team for a minute. While Herbert, I would have picked him up while Herbert was going through the rib deal.
So how do I get him over there? Do I just drop Mahomes or Herbert?
No.
So we're gonna have to pick somebody to drop.
Yep. I think what you do is you find the person in your league who has Keenan Allen, and you trade Herbert.
Kirk Cousins shops at Kohl's, so he's a safe bet,
Yep.
right? He's that
Kohl's
he's
Cash
that
Kirk.
He's the get up on Sunday morning and rake the leaves kind of. He'll have his Kohl's flannel on.
He's having 2 over easy with wheat toast and 2 sausage links.
Super
right
good
now.
when the Swan Man comes, like at
No
noon.
sriracha.
But if it's like a primetime deal, like a 7:20 game, or if there's a burglar that comes, he shits himself. So he's not the guy you want to marry. But he's a
okay. So I have a question.
He's a great guy to have come over and finish your bathroom.
Can I drop like a wide receiver and put Cousins on it?
Who do you have on the bench?
So Samuel is on my bench and he's out. So
let's just say who's hurt.
Whoa,
no, that's Debo Samuel. Spot? Do not drop Debo Samuel.
Yeah, that's not Curtis.
No.
Well, wait, do you have an IR spot?
What about McKissick? Go ahead and drop him.
Njoku in the IR.
Oh yeah.
Okay, who's read your bench?
Okay, I've got Samuel, Mahomes, Gordon.
You say their first names because there's a lot of names.
Okay.
So there's Curtis Samuel, Debo Samuel. There's totally different.
So Debo Samuel, Patrick Mahomes, Melvin Gordon, J.D. McKissick, Khalil Herbert, Jamal Williams, Romeo Doubs, and then Njoku's on my injury.
You can drop Doubs. I did yesterday. I don't even remember who I dropped him for.
Oh, how times have changed. Do you remember? We were all done.
We were gonna make a fucking
shirt. Yeah. Weren't you gonna make a shirt?
And then we still can't make the shirt.
We still can't just do a little circle with the X through it. That would be awesome. Why not? That should
just make the dog a little smaller. Maybe we make the dog a puppy.
It started as a bull mastiff. Now it's going to be like little sweet tea basset hound with her tongue out after it dug a hole in the deck.
Right. All right, so I'm dropping Doubs and adding
Kirk
Cousins.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins. Okay.
Yep. I dropped Romeo Doubs for Devin Duvernay just because I have Lamar Jackson on that team. So
Huss likes Duvernay. He talks about him a lot.
I mean, Rodgers basically called him out on all his mistakes, and it seemed like he's not going to get the ball for a little while until he proves himself.
That's awesome.
The last.
That's it.
Yes.
I'm done. I'll leave you guys alone now. Thanks. I love you guys.
We love
I'm going to go
too.
cook breakfast.
Yeah.
Bye, Heather. Thanks for stopping in.
Love
Picture
you.
didn't happen. Have a great day. The breakfast, that is.
Reset. That's good.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
That's what this morning show is all about, right?
That's
everybody
exactly.
has questions. Should type them in the dang chat. Do it. That's why we're here.
In the dang chat. The last bit of injury news I have: T.J. Watt confirmed badass is back for the Steelers today against Philly. He's going to be on a snap count, but he's back.
If your fantasy questions get too complicated, like Miss Heather's, we'll just bring you in.
We'll just invite your ass on the show.
You'll just pop in and we'll work it out.
This is for the people. It's right on all our shit. So we got to be for the people.
It says so.
It says it right on the website. So how would we look if we weren't for the people? You know what I mean?
You would look like an able.
Yeah. There's really no weather. The only weather to speak of is Seattle is going to be like Seattle. That's all.
That's it.
Yep. It's going to be cold, gray, and rainy in Seattle, and that is the only significant weather I saw. No real wind or rain, but we're getting into weather time.
Yeah. Are they in Buffalo or are they in Green Bay? Because either one could be cold.
Yeah.
It's going to be cold here.
Yeah. But it's a wash because they're both used to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right? Aren't they?
Well, yeah, you say that, but players change and they move around, and not everybody's used to it. One player that's off could change things.
These SEC guys, like Amari Cooper in Cleveland, he's about to start having hard days.
They haven't seen that.
So
and those balls are different. Yeah, because their hands get cold, the ball gets cold, and when these receivers haven't felt that ball, it's like a rock when it hits it. They start dropping passes. It hurts their fingers.
Oh my gosh! So you look at
there's guys who just
came from a warm weather team to the cold weather team, and how many guys are like that? That
Yep.
is next level shit.
Yep.
I'm like,
You gotta
who's
be
good,
careful.
who's not? And you're like, let's see here. He used to play in Miami. Now he's in the Tundra.
Yeah.
Give me the North Dakota kid every time.
You guys are
Is Watt-
badasses.
Watt's
Watt
coming back.
What that probably is. I would say TJ Watt is worth a point and a half. Defensive player of the year.
He's worth a couple of sacks.
He's definitely enough to get the public fired up to put money
and
on the
to he's going to get mentally in that quarterback's head early. That can change something right there. If that kid hasn't felt a Watt yet around his fucking waist, shit. Those are Wisconsin boys. Those are corn-fed boys.
Yeah, he brings a certain intensity to the field.
Yeah,
that nobody else does. He's an old throwback Steeler. He's like a steel curtain guy. We got the Jags and the Broncos going on right now. Russell's return. We'll see if they can score more than 16 points. Will says he knows about this stuff that they put in his shoulder, and this is about how long it takes to work. So Russ's shoulder should be feeling good. We shall see. Dolphins and the Lions. Can the Dolphins do their part to make this a high-scoring game? They haven't recently. Just 3 points in their last 2 games. Swift and Mostert are going to run for 1 million yards. I don't know what else is going to happen. Oh, Heather, you're also the best people. Isn't she awesome?
We love you too. We love Shouse in the house.
She's awesome.
Ray of sunshine, that young
and
lady.
Check out if you guys want a good news show. She has everything yesterday today, which is a daily morning show. It's on podcast form or video form, but you can listen to that. She gets you caught up with the news, every day's news.
Yeah, it literally
it's quick, 15-20 minutes. It's quick hit, just like what's happening in the world, and then go about your day.
And you got what you need. It literally removes the necessity to watch the news. It's fantastic. I don't watch the news. I can't
be happy about that.
I don't want to hear about the horrible, depressing stuff. I got a couple friends who they send me that stuff anyway when it happens. If something horrible happens, I'll hear about it. It's like, well, we don't need to feed off of that. Me knowing about it doesn't make it not happen, right? So what are we doing here? Denver should leave Russ in London. If America could trade Russ to London,
what would we get in return?
What would you ask for?
Chips, obviously.
Yeah, probably. Maybe one of those cool scepters that you got.
Maybe we could get like
a phone booth. I just want a phone booth or one of those badass mailboxes.
I want Jason Statham.
Maybe we get like a keychain, cool keychain or something. Can we get like a cool souvenir keychain or a magnet for our fridge? We're good with that. You guys can have them. Yeah. I get a magnet.
No. Eric, with this Jason Statham talk, I'm gonna have to leave here in a second.
We'll get we'll give you Russell Wilson, and in exchange, we get to say that the Rolling Stones are an American band.
Ooh,
bam. They're not going to go for that. That's a bad trade for them.
Yeah.
We're fixing to see if we can get that done before the game. We might be able to wrap it up. But after the game, hey, Heavy, on a real though, Heavy Steps, is Russ not the most cringe fucking quarterback you've ever seen?
The lack of self-awareness it takes to be like that.
It's weird. They're not giving up Elton John. No. They kind of gave us Elton John. True. Maybe we just owe them.
Oh,
they kind of did. And Elton John,
maybe it's a compensatory pick for losing the Revolutionary War. You guys can have Russell Wilson.
Me and Elton aren't aligned politically, but I love his music.
Since he couldn't come over here, couldn't come over here and defeat a bunch of guys in tree stands. I guess we'll give you Russell Wilson so you feel better.
I think he's trolling us too.
He's got to be. He's got
to be. What if he was never really good at football and they just had hid that so well in Seattle, like Pete Carroll did that.
Well, I know.
Now it's all coming to fruition.
Yeah, I was kind of like thinking that too. I'm like, Pete Carroll's a little bit, maybe something more than we thought he always was. I mean,
he's an elite manager of humans, is what he is.
Is totally. It's becoming so obvious now, where before I wasn't so sure, but I'm pretty damn sure now.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's an impressive gum chewer. Like he's intense all the time. He doesn't miss a beat. Nope. And his muscles all the way up to his head are so big now. He's like crunch, crunch, crunch.
Do you want to know about gum chewers? I've shared this. I know I've shared this with Eric because he's a gum chewer, but gum chewing is like a lot of genius or borderline genius people or people with super high IQs chew gum. They're gum chewers. So get on it. Chew that gum.
I'm a gum chewer.
Right on.
Yeah, I'll run through a pack of gum a day just about. I either have a piece of gum or a nicotine patch or a nicotine pouch in my mouth at all times.
That and I always have 100 grand.
Oh,
Nice.
yummy.
Nice. Well, now it's like a $990 bar, but it'll be back.
Yeah, it used to be 100. Yeah.
Now it's like 1,000. Now it's just $1,000. Panthers and Falcons.
If all the ingredients are available.
It does help to have weapons, Jonah. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's nice. We wouldn't know what that's like. We have Romeo Doubs. Panthers at Falcons. They tell me the Panthers are going to cover the +4 in this one. I'm interested to see how Carolina looks. I think this will tell us what kind of team they're going to be for the rest of the season. They're fired up to play for Steve Wilkos, one of the two. The one who's not the bouncer on Jerry Springer. That's who their coach is, Steve Wilkes, I think. He's from the Charlotte area. Evidently, the locker room is rallying around him, so we'll see. Cardinals at Vikings. This one will be fun. The 25th ranked pass defense versus the 28th ranked pass defense, and both teams have good wide receivers. Kirk Cousins said they haven't been clicking just yet, but he thinks that will happen now after the bye. I think we see one of those big games from Justin Jefferson, 150 and 2 touchdown type deals. Angela, do you think they've been just a little off, not quite yet meshing together, but they've been close? I haven't watched a lot of Vikings.
No, I mean, from me hearing him say that gets me super excited because I feel like they've been doing as good as they've ever been able to do or a little bit better. So if he's saying they're not quite clicking, I'm kind of freaking out right now because to me, they've been doing better than they have before seasons past. Seriously. Like I'm just waiting for him to shit the bed. But if he's saying that they're fine tuning stuff, I'm getting excited now.
It's kind of like when Jalen Hurts said a couple of weeks ago, we haven't really played to our full potential. Like he hasn't been happy yet with what they're doing, and they're just destroying teams.
Right.
Like,
that's
man,
crazy.
The Packers, like you have the Eagles, and then the Packers are so far behind. It's like we're almost not even a professional team.
Yeah,
like there's no, we have to go play them. I don't know if they're coming here. We have to go there. I think we have to go to Philly this month, sometime in November. I mean, that's going to be.
Nobody wants to go to Philly.
Oh.
Nobody wants to go to Philly.
No, they don't even have to throw batteries at you. You hurt inside knowing how bad you are.
Hey, Heather, those are my favorite candy bars too. No bullshit.
$100,000 is your favorite candy bar? Yeah, that's your number one.
I have so many of them over here.
Somebody tells you you can have any candy bar in the whole world, and you say, "Give me $100,000."
Or a payday. I'm $100,000 or a payday.
Gotta have peanuts in there.
Oh,
yeah, Snicker O. Henry.
Oh, Snickers.
I love an O. Henry bar. Oh my god.
Rube says Jefferson's going to save his season.
Yeah,
fingers crossed. I don't know who else you have, but Jefferson's a stallion, and he could have been a Packer. He was supposed to be a Packer. We tripped on our dick, stepped on it. It hurt. And then said, for the love of God. And somehow somebody drafted Jordan Love.
Even the Eagles who drafted Jalen Rager right before Justin Jefferson have recovered. And they just traded for Quinn, the pass rusher from the Bears. Like the Eagles
can't recover. What'd you say earlier at the window? Nobody's accountable to anybody. So,
yeah. It's this triumphant of
who gives it? Because they all just get paid and they're like, I don't care.
Yep.
Heavy steps. You know what? We have to put up a poll. You guys have to go to our. I know Facebook is archaic, but you guys have to go to our Facebook or to maybe if we do it on the website in the forum, we can have everybody list your favorite damn candy bar. I want to know what our people like and don't like.
Yeah.
Fourth and flex. Bandy's up on a Sunday morning early. Is this what London games do? They get everybody out of bed early.
London games are great for Wake and Rake.
If you guys want a straight up fantasy, hard hitting, entertaining podcast, Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football, Bandy and Trey are our boys. They are good over there. You guys,
they're hardworking dudes, and they're here.
He's at work. He said, Bandy goes, I'm at work, so we won't show that. We don't want your boss, you know.
We won't give out your full name.
Butterfinger. I used to be a Butterfinger guy, and then I ate.
It's the other one I keep around.
Butterfinger Blizzard used to be my go-to, and then I just had one too many Butterfinger Blizzards, and I'm off it. Twix Twix is a banger. Twix
It
is in my
is.
top 5 for sure.
So
You know,
Twix
they made
Twix
a
always-
salted caramel Twix. I had one yesterday.
You get 2 candy bars.
Twix is
Fucking
never
brilliant.
one that I pick up off of the shelf. Twix always seems to be the one I get out of a vending machine. And I don't know what it is about the Twix that catches my eye in a vending machine, but it does not do it on a shelf. So
good.
coming up to the rest stop on a road trip, Twix is the way I go.
Yeah, you get
Twix
the
is
left
good.
Twix and the right Twix.
Twix is in my top 5. Kit Kat,
Me too.
Snickers, Hershey's Almonds, Twix. I don't know. Whatchamacallit might be in there. Charleston Chew. For old time's sake, I got to get Charleston Chew in my
Well, I
top
gotta keep
5.
up with it.
I lived on those things as a
Uh-uh.
kid. You put them in the freezer, and then you eat them, and they break apart in your mouth, and then it
My
becomes
kid loves
Charleston
those.
Chew.
Yeah.
The strawberry ones. I might buy a Charleston Chew for the first time in 20 fucking years today. Bears at Cowboys. Back to football. Zeke is out. Word around the campfire is Gallup is back to full health and could do some stuff. Justin Fields has been playing better the past couple weeks. He did beat the Patriots just a few days ago. If you hear anybody talk about Mike McCarthy's record against the Bears, just know that's not his record. That is Brett Favre's and Aaron Rodgers' record. So if somebody tries to tell you how many times Mike McCarthy has beaten the Bears, he was just there. He just happened to be there.
Right. Yeah. I love that. Burn.
Quick shout out, hey Bandy, I fuck with those Charleston
All right.
chews as well, man. I love a Charleston chew.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, not every day. But
I mean, I bet it may have been pre-puberty the last time I had a Charleston Chew. It's been a long fucking time. I used to get those when we went fishing, when the old man and his buddy would take me out on the boat, catch some walleyes,
Nice.
get a couple Charleston Chews and some Sprites. Oh, that's heaven right there. Raiders at Saints. What a perfect Halloween weekend matchup. Are there any two fan bases who love costumes more than Saints fans and Raiders fans?
Yeah.
This could be a fun one. Michael Thomas, of course, isn't playing. Brian Robinson came back from 2 gunshot wounds to his leg. A running back, 2 bullets tore through the muscles he uses to run fast, and he was back from that before Michael Thomas could recover from a hamstring.
That's corn pop stuff right there.
That's
That
corn
is
pop stuff
wild.
right there. Yup. Left Twix doesn't have enough cookie.
love that.
You can fix that. You just flip it. You just flip it around before you open it. I am on the Action app, but I'm not really. I don't post things over there because I think it's a jinx. Every pick I put on Action loses. And I'm very superstitious about that stuff.
That's awesome.
I don't like the props article. I don't bet really any of those because the same reason. I'm like, I would rather just they work out and it's out there that I was smart in week 7 or whatever, then I win $20.
Eric, why don't you give us a few prop bets that you put out this week in your article? Just kind of give the people a few that they can jump on and knock out. I
like the Ellinger rushing yards. That's been creeping up. I think it was 29.5 when we bet it last night. It started out at 25.5, but all indications are this kid is going to run all over the place today. Wan'Dale Robinson, the Seattle Seahawks, terrible against slot receivers. His receptions are at 4.5. I think he easily goes over 4.5, and that's plus 114. His receiving yards are 42.5. That's a little more of a gamble because he's a catch it at the line, catch it behind the line kind of guy. Rondale Moore over 40.5 receiving yards. I think he goes back to the slot, and there's going to be a ton of points in that Arizona-Minnesota game. What else we got? DJ Moore. He got 10 targets last week, and his receptions are set at 5.5. They're playing Atlanta, who has nobody in the secondary. Absolutely nobody. Look what the Bengals did to him. The Bengals almost had 3 guys in over 100 yards.
Yeah, I watched Ellinger in Texas for 4 years just run all over the field.
So I think DJ Moore has a day. Gabe Davis is probably going to kill the Packers tonight. Mike Gesicki, possibly on the trading block. So this could be like a showcase game for him. His receiving yards are at 25.5. I think he's gone over that plenty of times this year. I think maybe he scores a touchdown. Plus 240 odds for a touchdown against the 26th ranked red zone defense. That seems like a good, recipe for success. And then longest touchdown in that Minnesota-Arizona game as well. These longest touchdowns are 39.5 usually. Or it was the Raiders-Saints game. Raiders Saints longest touchdown over 39.5 yards plus 100. Both teams in the top 10 in the league in completions over 40 yards. So that's going to be your best odds for that. But there's one more. Everybody's talking about Derrick Henry this week. I put a parlay together because his last 3 games against the Texans are 34 carries for 250 and 2, 22 carries for 212 and 2, and 32 carries for 211 and 3 touchdowns. So if we play 161 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, which he's done 3 times in a row now, it's 16-1. That seemed crazy to me. That almost seems too easy to work. And Zach Wilson, like I talked about before, under 28.5 pass attempts. I mean, I don't think he's going to throw that much. How many times has he thrown it the last few games?
Hey, Roop, I agree with you on the snipe a TD here and there from Taylor and Hines. So
yeah.
if you were really like hoping for one of those guys to come through in the red zone, sometimes these kid quarterbacks that already run, they just feel more. It's so fast for them. They just tuck it and go.
You know what might be fun? An Ellinger first touchdown. That might be an interesting. But what are the odds you think? I bet they made it like 10-1.
So Eric, what do we got? Like
17-1. Sam Ellinger.
Oh, nice, 17-1. That's a
first touchdown. Maybe they get down there in the red zone and he steals one from JT. Oh,
we got what did we have for our 5 picks for our spread picks? Real quick, let's get to our spread picks.
You have those written down somewhere, don't you? We had Eagles minus 10.5. Arizona plus 3.5.
I'm pulling them up right now. Hang on.
Carolina plus 4. And did we put the Patriots? No, we kept the Patriots out of it. The Giants, Colts, Cardinals, Eagles, and that other team I said. Those are our picks.
Yeah, we got Philly at -9.
Philly.
Indianapolis -3. New York Giants +3. Arizona +3 and a hook. Carolina Panthers +4. That was our picks with Will and Nikki Nick.
Yep. Nikki said take Eagles minus 10.5. I believe her.
Yep.
Hey, what a great guest she was yesterday.
Yeah, she's phenomenal at betting. She understands it. She knows her way around the book.
And not only that, she's a great conversationalist. Like that was the first time we'd ever had her on, and it was an easy flowing conversation. It's great. It's great. It's like
very
we had
professional.
Like when we have Jordan and Elio on.
Yeah.
Right.
She's done it before.
Natural conversation. And then Patriots at Jets. Bill owns the Jets. So I think he beats the Jets. We didn't bet on it though. We didn't put it in our picks. I like that. We gotta put the wall up every once in a while for Will.
Yeah, Will came hard with the Patriots, but we're not having it this week.
Not a homer pick, but
not doing it this week. I pulled the heavy steps and just straight cock blocked him.
Football Skins Colts is a late game. Interesting. Well, we got 2, 4, 6. 5 late games on a Monday nighter. Titans at Texans, Giants at Seahawks, Football Skins at Colts, 49ers at Rams, and then Packers at Bills tonight. Might be a bedtime by halftime type situation with the Packers tonight. I don't know.
Do you do that? Have you ever done that? Walked away from a game?
100% he does. He doesn't watch a Sunday night game past the half. It doesn't matter who's playing. Even if the Packers are winning this.
I'll go to if it's not going to be an interesting finish, I'll go to bed in like the third quarter because I got to get up at 3.
Have you ever turned off a Packer game that was a noon game or a 3:00 game?
Oh, a couple times. Only a couple times. Yeah.
I've slept too, right through them. Took a good nap.
Wow.
Like a real bad one. Yeah. I'll flip over to red zone and be like, that's enough. I've demoted
that bullshit.
I've demoted the Packers to the second muted screen. The red zone is on the main TV now, and the second TV next to it is the Packer game.
You guys got to step your game up if you want to get on the TV with the volume.
You got to earn your way to the.
You got to come. You're gonna have to come back. You're on the bench.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's not in the starting lineup. Well, what else we got? Does anybody have things they want to discuss, or should we go make some French toast? I'm interested to see what Heather's cooking up right now. To be quite honest, what's the driving time down to Indiana? Could I make it there before the biscuits are done?
It's not that far, is it? Not really.
No,
not homemade biscuits. That's the kind of thing a guy would drive for.
Couple hours.
All right. Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, let's set our lineups and watch some football, huh? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Angela, for getting up. Thank you, everybody, for joining and throwing your questions in the chat. We love those. If your question is complex enough, you can just come join the show. Until next time, be good to each other. Do we have outro music? We probably do. This is a high efficiency, high quality.
Yeah, we do. And when we get off here, you still got fantasy questions. Go over to 420 Fantasy Hustler. He just started going live, so he'll be live up until noon.
Well, shit. I'm gonna have to get over there and ask some questions about defensive players. I love it. All right. Have a great Sunday. Chris, kick the outro music.
You've been listening to Patriot Sports Radio. If you're sick of all the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media, like we are, this show is for you. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. For more content and merch, hit up www.patriotsportsnow.com. Find us on Twitter at PatriotsPod, on Instagram and Facebook at Patriot Sports Now, and on Getter, Rumble, and YouTube at Patriot Sports. Take care, and we'll see you next time.